Alrighty then. Hey guys, welcome to part 2. Alright, this is what we're going to color them to look like. Aren't they adorable? And you probably already saw this little doodle before the first video where we drew Clarice and Rudolph. So if you haven't seen, I taught you how to draw and sketch out these two cute little reindeers. So if you have to and you want to learn how to draw these two, make sure you go and see part 1 of this video. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and dive into coloring these two cuties. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So my favorite way to line things is with my Micron pen. I like pens just because I can go in and either have a really fine line or a really thick line. I can manipulate it whatever I want. And I'm going to go through and I'm just going to line all of my pencil marks that I made. Now, I have these wonderful things called Ohuhu markers, but usually the colors, this is not sponsored by Ohuhu, just saying, but usually when the colors, I can't speak, alright, usually the colors, when I swatch them out, they're usually the same names or same like colors and everything. So just to let you know, you have an idea that when I'm using these colors, I'll say the names. I know that the numbers and everything are different if you don't have Ohuhu markers, but like if any markers like relatively the same color might work. So this is why I always encourage to swatch out markers before you actually use them, because then you have an idea of what kind of like color they look like and you can just kind of keep track of it. So I carry this thing with me everywhere. So I'll tell you like what the colors are. Alright, so for Rudolph's fur, I'm actually going to go with a terracotta color. I'm going to go around and just color in his dark like brown fur first, and then I'll move on to his other those places. So if I go underneath, it's all about like shading and looking at different spots to shade. So if I'm gonna go like around, so like right where and I can go into the brown fur too, don't be worried about going in the brown fur. Now, some people will teach you this, some people won't. when I shadow as a teacher, when I teach my classes, when I say coloring, you know, I like to shade with purples or blues. So very simply, I've got a really pretty pastel violet, and I'm just going to go around and kind of like shade in some spots. Like it just gives a little bit of a nice, like cool shadow. As well for the brown, I'm going to take a lavender. So looking at my lavender, so like if you see, here's my pastel violet and here's my lavender. So I'm using a darker purple for on the actual brown spot. And then a lot of you always ask me if I use colorless blenders and everything. I do have like a standard colorless blender, and I will go around and kind of smooth everything out just a little bit to make it blend in. I don't use it like right in the moment, but I just go around, kind of smooth everything out, make sure it's all blending nice and well together. Last but not least, we're gonna do the black and for his eyes and his hooves, and then we'll do his wonderful nose. So for the outside of his nose, I'm going to take this vermilion, and you see how it's nice and red. And for the outside, I'm just going to kind of like go around it. And then I'll take a darker color red. So I'm going to take this cherry pink, and then I'll go right in the middle. You see it gives it like two different colors, and it also gives it like a little bit of a shine. I'm going to take this, let's see, I've got this pastel rose. And if you want to, you can kind of go around it like this, and you can kind of go on his nose, and you're going to take your colorless blender, and you're going to go around that and kind of like just blend it out to kind of give it like a pretty little red aura. And you see how it blends it out, just a little bit of cuteness into it. Let's look at this salmon pink. I think salmon pink is going to be perfect. So this is like Ohuhu's standard skin color kind of look. Yeah, that's going to be perfect. So I'm going to go around with the salmon pink and color in all of Clarice's brown fur. Just going to go around and add like what we did with Rudolph over here with his darker brown shading. I'm going to go around, do the same thing with Clarice. Okay, so then for Clarice, I'm going to do the exact same thing for like we did Rudolph's fur over here. So I'm going to grab my Baranium Yellow and my Warm Gray. And I'm going to go around, do the exact same thing like we did over there. Then Clarice actually has like a pink ear. I'm going to go in, I'm going to color that pink ear. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going around, and I'm only going to be using my pastel violet on Clarice just because she doesn't have as many dark colors as Rudolph does. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go around. And then I'm going to take my colorless blender, kind of smooth everything out once again, just kind of make sure everything's blending in together. The next thing I'll do is I'll go in with like a light blue of some sort. So this is like a sky blue. Now for like snow, what I like to do is like go around and I just like make sections. So obviously underneath where she's standing, there's snow. So I'm gonna go around and you see, right, you wanna get everywhere where they're standing at least. And then for like the circle, I'll maybe do like a fun, like a good ombre maybe. Maybe do something like I've got this turquoise green light and I've got royal blue. So I think I might do the turquoise so I get like the PB10 and then maybe I'll do like the PB8. The last thing I'll do is go around with, I have like a little white jelly roll and I'll go around and I'll just do a couple highlights. That's why I did the background like an ombre with my colors, just because I can add snow easily. I'm actually going to take, I have a white Posca pen and I'm going to use that for the background instead. And just go ahead and grab some snowflakes. And I'm also going to accent the snow a little bit. Last but not least, what I like to do is I like to go in with like, we started out with a micron pen, but now I'm going to go in with like a 0.5 micron pen. And I'm going to go through and I like to like thicken up some lines and just touch up the lines a little bit more, make sure they're nice and smooth. And there you guys go. There's how to draw and color Clarice and Rudolph. They're such a cute couple. They're adorable. And this claymation is very phenomenally, beautifully, and wonderfully famous. If you haven't seen the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I really hope you do. But this is cute. Draw it for Christmas if you have some time. I mean, we've got lots of time recently. Draw it, give it to your mom, give it to your grandma, give it to your aunt, give it to someone, keep it for yourself. I don't care. Practice. But yes, guys, thank you for watching these two videos, and I will see you all with another fun Christmas tutorial. Bye!